Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to preview round 2 of the 2026 NRL Fantasy team season. My team, something like that. Yeah, so I guess normally we'd go through the most popular trade-ins, trade-outs. However, the new Footy Stats website, not food, Footy Stats, there it is. Doesn't really give us a lot of information around it. Either that or it does, and I just can't find it. So it gives us ownership percentages, so you can see like from the top 1,000 who's very popular. But again, that doesn't really help us with this week. So we'll just jump straight into my thoughts on trades. So there's one trade I've definitely got locked in, and that is not that he's doing that bad. He only lost 1k this week, but we are going to trade out Dylan Brown and swing Cleary on field to allow us to bring in Noah Martin. So he's already gone up 66k. He's still got like a negative teens break even. Job security's there. So I think that one is a no-brainer. The second trade is a little bit trickier. So we've got quite a bit of cash in the bank, 371k. So what do we do with that? If Noah Martin hadn't quite made so much money, we could have gone from Brandon Smith all the way up to Damien Cook and had a second hooker there. However, I don't know if Jacob Little is that far away. We could look at taking Hamish Stewart, upgrading him to an out-and-out keeper option in the middle. We can't quite get to a Terrell May, but given that he's had some preseason injury issues and stuff, I'm going to have a look. I'm not going to go with the Terrell May in round 2 strategy that I talked about in the preseason. We could potentially look at upgrading like a Chester to Callum Ponga. But again, Tommy Chester's got a good bit of cash to make. He's also dual position, which is very handy to have. We could do something with Brandon Smith, who's probably not going to make cash for a few weeks yet. So probably I guess the idea that makes the most sense is to upgrade a Brandon Smith. So we've got 671. As we said, we're just short of a Cook, but we could look at a Ponga, albeit not a hooker. A couple of the Bulldogs guys on bye. I guess the other option is we take the cash while we can get it. So we've got Lasardi, 341k, has a negative 12 break even. So should make another 50k this week, even if, Sean Bloor, and that's at a 33 projection. So, if Sean Bloor doesn't get on the field, he plays another 80 minutes, could be another 50 to 60 points. So could be a good lot of change there. And I do like the Lasardi pick, so I'm going to go for the cash. So we're still holding a bit of cash, but it should make the upgrades a bit quicker when it's time to do so. Just because looking across the rest of the team, I'll flick the coach on so we can see. So we can see Marnie's got a nice break even. Trey Mooney, Hamish Stewart, nice break evens. These guys, we're pretty much considering them keepers, so that's fine. Atkinson's got a good break even. Kale Ero is a keeper, so that's fine. Great break evens down here. And the bench, obviously now we've got Martin Lasardi killing it. Lukey Couchman, great break even. Sanders, Howe, solid. Makasini going to play this week, so we'll swap him for Kiraz. So the squad's looking pretty good. So we've just made those 2 trades. just to generate some cash a bit quicker. Um, so then the starting team this week, um, I don't know if we have the ability to really run a loop with Kiraz, given that the contenders would be these sort of guys here. Um, Sanders plays Friday night, so we could potentially look at a Sanders loop. No, Martin plays early, so we could look at looping his score too. But I think I'm kind of confident in playing both these guys, if I'm being completely honest. So happy to lock them in early. Obviously, Isaiah Yo's locked in. Throw him up there. Um, in fact, Mooney plays a bit later, so I might be better off putting Yo on field. Um, so then it's like Lasardi plays Sadalvo, Lukey plays Sadalvo. I probably won't be the most active on Sadalvo to look at it. Um, so what do we do? So Lasardi against the Dragons, Lukey against the Storm. I think maybe just because he offers that bit of upside, maybe we go with Lukey. He does play first too, so maybe what we can do is I will put Kiraz there, put Lukey in the slot, and if I happen to see the game 3:30 ish and it's not going well, I'll try and get Lasardi up there. But if not, I'll probably just take Lukey's score and it'll be fine. So then just the question of captaincy. Um, so now we've got the three big guns there. We can probably consider all of them. So Panthers against the Sharks on Saturday night. Broncos against the Eels. Wanting to bounce back from a disappointing performance. So I think I'm just going to captain Haas, vice captain Cleary, keep it simple, and we'll go from there. So that's the team going into round 2 of the 2026 NRL Fantasy season. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NRL Fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.